Greetings, hello, good evening, good afternoon, and in case I don't see you, fuck you. How is everyone?
I'm alive.
Cheers.
Good answer.
I'm not drinking
doing
alcohol
well.
yet.
I am.
Yet.
Mostly
Yeah.
water, but I
I
am.
often pogo stick through your thoughts wearing nothing but a smile.
Thank you, Tina.
Don't think.
No, I'm going to thank you.
My
Thank you.
membership fee.
Hey, it's appreciated.
What?
I believe the correct term is, aw, fuck you too.
I did.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Noscavian,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Fucking hot. It's so fucking hot. I can't cope with this. It's hot. It's fucking
Yes.
hot. It's really fucking hot.
It
It's
is.
27 degrees
My
Celsius
AC
at
has
night.
been broke for what?
Shiver,
a
we-
year or two now? I mean, a week or two. See, I can't even think straight.
It's
No,
only
you see-
101 here. Right now.
It's
The only thing I can tell
85
you is it's going to be
degrees.
91 at night here tonight.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I think which is 37. Yeah, I think that's all the lower we're getting here too.
It'll drop down to 63 tonight.
Oh, lucky you.
Tomorrow it'll be 84 degrees.
Oh man, that sounds nice.
Midwest.
I just want functioning.
Yeah, I
air
was looking
conditioning.
at that. Yeah, I don't
Got
blame
that.
you there. It would be very hard here without AC.
Got air conditioning in this room. Step outside of the room, and it's like, fucking hell.
So you never
That's
leave the
true.
room.
Try not to. Tavi,
Hello. How?
how are you? How are you?
I am coping. Weather here, very stormy. We had a big tropical storm. I forget the name because I didn't bother to look it up. Lots of down trees, lots
Are
of
you
bad
talking
weather.
about Isaiah.
What?
Isaiah.
I think that was it. Yeah, Isaiah.
Yeah, I was like it was an I
Are you in
name.
North Carolina?
Yeah, I'm up
Or
in New
state?
Jersey. So we just had a lot of down trees, some power outages. I didn't lose power here. Kittens had trouble getting back and forth to work, and I've just been in a lot of pain because bad weather does that to me.
Eh.
So I'm coping.
The marvelous Ms. Hartz.
Aloha.
Hi, how are you?
Lost. And now I just need business to roll in. So I'm doing very good.
Excellent. Yes, my stream fucked up there. It's been doing that lately because someone has a Switch and that thing craves bandwidth more than anything.
Although I've been seeing a lot of streams have problems recently.
Oh, it's the internet. Yeah. I can tell when someone's using his Switch.
I should not take that much internet.
Yeah. Like
No, it
Fortnite.
shouldn't. Oh, yeah. I don't.
That
I
makes
was
more
like,
sense.
my Switch doesn't have that. Oh wait, but I never play anything like Fortnite. That's the point.
I have no idea how a shooter like that can crave so much bandwidth. It's 2020.
It's probably there's like none of the actual game on the Switch. It's all just live streamed to the Switch.
Probably.
Oh, they probably stream it on, yeah.
And you're like, Xavier, Tina, how are you
Hi.
with your cool climate?
Just because it's cool doesn't mean it's good. I have like severe allergies. It's been a bitch. I'm just gonna throw that out there. So
Yeah, allergies have been.
I would much prefer it be hot or raining.
I miss
Swap.
rain.
Well, I'm moving south. It's okay. I'll be there with you in about 3 months.
Yeah, you're moving to even more humidity. Although Kentucky's pretty bad with humidity.
Kentucky is very bad with humidity, but I'm also in a valley, so we're consistently top 3 for worst allergies in the U.S. Yeah, so trees and all that shit. So yeah, get me out. Get me out. Yeah.
Don't move to Austin.
Mm.
Keep that Florida thing in mind.
No,
You'd be
technically I
moving
should
from
move
the
to
top 3 to the top 5.
No, actually.
Yeah, I said don't move to Austin.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Where we're going.
'cause-
Surprisingly, yeah. Where I should move to is Phoenix. Of the
Mhm.
God knows how many places I've been to in the U.S. Phoenix and Southern California are the 2 places where I just have nothing. Wonderful.
Heard that.
Both expensive.
That's why.
Mhm.
So, previous game, lots of things happened. Revelations were had. People died. And Fastcart's early
What
highlight
happened in the previous game?
People.
was Fastcart's
Who
early
died?
highlight was Noscadian saying to Nitro, saying about Nitro, what, like he killed a person this time, not a dog.
Were you drunk last week, Miss Hearts?
No, now I remember. No,
Oh, okay.
last week is like months ago to me right now.
It's 2020.
Yeah, Amon was all like, "I'm just gonna put this body here in the alleyway."
Technically,
Yeah,
she's
no.
Or
right.
no, not even like just up against the building or something. It wasn't even in the alley yet.
Last week was still July 31st. It is now August 5th.
See, it was a month ago.
Yeah. I'm the best kind of right. Technically right.
Yeah, this is Nitro's ongoing problem by saying, Shiv, I want this, and not being specific enough. So he gets Karen for a wife. He gets to kill a child, a teenager.
A
And it's like,
minor.
yeah. No, I don't think he was employed.
Well, didn't you say drinking age in Great Britain is 18 with ID?
Let's not complicate matters and say yes.
So under 18, yeah, it's a minor.
Tina. Highlights. Thoughts. Last. Actually, no. We'll come to you last because we'll wait for everyone else to see what they say because of the things. So, Tavi.
The things with the stuff.
Yeah, we'll start with the teas. Tavi. Tenacious
Highlights.
Tavi. Highlights. Thoughts. Last game.
So let's see. Ricky and Xavier had a talk that may or may not have gone well. I'm not sure if it went well. They didn't communicate very well. Then all of a sudden, there's a body outside. What? A body outside? Oh wait, fuck! It's a kid. Kids have parents. Oh fuck! Get rid of it! Oh wait, we just send it to the Nosferatu. Wait, what? That's a thing. Why did no one explain to me the thing? Nobody explains to me anything. This is normal. And then, oh hey, let's go to this place and let's go. Oh, and Balo was not. That was an interesting scene.
I love Balo.
They're all talking to Balo, and Balo's being all riddle me this, riddle me that. Talking like, well, you're supposed to come and tell me about the Ripper on Tuesday. So I think I am gonna roleplay on the next thing. That yeah, she went and she just she did ask the coterie first if she could go see Balo on Tuesday. So she probably will have gone to Balo, told them what they saw, got a pound of whitefish, went back to the coterie haven, and cooked Dolores whitefish because she doesn't know what the fuck else to do with the whitefish.
It's a lot of
What else do you
whitefish.
do with that? It's a lot of whitefish, and Dolores needs to eat anyways. So and
So we should
Yeah.
have a fish and chips night.
yeah, so Dolores now officially, yeah, Ricky will probably just start visiting Balo on Tuesday, especially after Balo's all like, oh, and who is this? And it does the whole
That would make a lot of sense for Ricky to keep visiting, find excuses to go visit Balo. That would be good.
and just be like, oh yeah, so she goes and she says she just doesn't. They don't necessarily talk. She just goes and says hi to Balo and how are you doing and good to see you. And she buys a pound of whitefish and she brings it back and then she cooks Dolores a pound of whitefish once a week and chips because now Dolores has a thing, and then Ricky just has one more little routine, in her very strange not routine life. But yeah, the whole Belo being like, "Oh, and who is this?" and taking Ricky's hand and kissing her hand, and she's like, "Oh my, who is this handsome eccentric gentleman?"
Yeah, we did kind of need someone in the coterie to fall for that.
that
Caesar was
worst
not the
bit
one to
is-
fall for that.
When he did that, I was like, fuck, why didn't I ever think of that?
But her usual like thing is like, "Oh, we're gonna go see a Primogen. Oh fuck, it's going to be terrifying. Oh wait, it's not. He's not terrifying. Seriously? For once, I don't have to be terrified." So that was a thing, and then I was like, "Oh, let's go to this place with these containers." And then Xavier's all like, "Yeah, we're just gonna yank the chain off," and Amon just drives the truck in, and they were all telling Ricky, it's like if we don't worry about it, you shouldn't be worried about it too. So Ricky saw them drive in. She was like, "Okay, I guess we're driving in." So Ricky drives in too, and that was a horrible idea because of the camera that nobody looked at. And then Cedra's juggling, and then Ricky actually got to be useful by actually going down and investigating something for a change of pace. Oh, and I dropped Isaac down a hole, didn't I? That was funny.
I mean,
They were all
drop
debating-
down a hole is a harsh way to say it. You accidentally dropped him down a hole.
Down a hole. That was fun. It was just they were all discussing, this thing at the front of the trailer, and like nobody's checking the back of the trailers. And just I'm gonna go check the back of the trailer. Oh hey, there's a button. Who's got the button? Oh wait, there goes Isaac tumbling down the stairs. Isaac, no!
From the storyteller's perspective,
it was
it's like,
totally the Wile E. Coyote drop.
You were
Trapdoor.
happy that Isaac was standing on it. Shiver.
well, not just that, but it was like, finally, someone's moving fucking shit along.
Well, I've started
And,
getting
it's
into
like,
the idea. Ricky is getting more and more restless. So that
It
that
works
is
for me.
gonna. Yeah, she's two things. She's curious and she's restless. Oh, also three things. She's also fucking terrified of the Camarilla, which is probably for the best. Also, good thing she didn't get to see the constable and the scourge. That's probably good because that would just terrify her. Down the rabbit hole. Oh, hey, lots of blood. There's a bloody chair. There are all these notes, these very threatening notes, scrawled in terrible script, and this page of a forbidden book, which meta information out of game I stumbled on later. I'm very glad Ricky is not holding on to a page of that book because apparently that's not a book the Camarilla wants anybody to have, or the Tremere, mostly the Tremere. So that would be very bad. Very, very bad. So that's apparently a very bad book. And now I've got this running theory going in my head that Ripper, a former Mithrian cult member, figured out how to break a blood bond going by the book about breaking blood bonds being there, broke the blood bond to the Mithrian cult, and now wants to kill Mithrians because reasons.
That's your takeaway?
Maybe. I don't know. Also, I was half wondering, like, are they Malkavian? Maybe. They hear voices. Malkavians hear voices, but there's a lot of things in this world of darkness that can cause somebody to hear voices. So what do I know? But they're like, I'm afraid of his voice. And an Ixion be exalted. Who the fuck is Ixion? We don't know. What else did we do down there? Oh, Isaac teased Ricky about something that she didn't want to talk about. That was a thing. Hey, Storm.
What was that?
When Isaac was all like, "Oh yeah, like I think they were discussing something on the notes about how about the voices thing, and and Isaac was all like, Ricky, you know what's that like? Coronon did that to you. He told you to sit like a dog, and you did." And Arceus all like, "Yes, Isaac, that happened. Now let's continue." And then she goes and she tries to just, find something else to investigate to distract herself. And there's nothing left to investigate. Because there's a shattered sun mask. We've got picture of a book about breaking blood, or page of a book about breaking blood bonds, and a whole bunch of very creepy notes. And then we get out. And then we go see Kalal, and then we're all like, "Hey, we got a contact. Let's go find the contact." Oh wait, contact's dead. Also, the contact's Harry. Oh, also he's naked. Because
Harry was always naked.
That was always a thing. So, also very amusing that apparently Pandora likes hearing from Rhapsody more than anyone else. That'll be interesting information
They're
for
in the same
later.
clan.
That's what it is.
The one thing in the game that is quote unquote not surprising. Toreador likes talking to Toreador more than anybody else.
Yep.
like, oh, duh. That's my one. But like, of all the things, like,
So, supposed to have a contact, no contact, rip Harry. Oh, also, did Dr. Boyer kill Harry? We'll find out. Oh wait, we're not finding out this next week because he's not going to be there this next week. So we might not find that out for a while. But there was like a broken cane, and Isaac found some blood sorcery, and Isaac is all like pointing out to them like, "Hey, look here! You can see right here. There's blood sorcery right here." No, Isaac.
In the mud.
Isaac? In the mud, yes. Oh, in the blood. In the grass. And like, Isaac, we all believe you that you can see these things. But none of the rest of us can see what you're seeing.
There's blood sorcery everywhere.
There's blood sorcery everywhere. Like, we totally believe you, Isaac. But no, I
Blood
can't.
sorcery.
I can't see what you're seeing. So that was funny. I was like, oh, like, can't you just see? like everyone can see the unseen. And I think that was all we did. Yep. So it was a wild night.
Anything in particular that you enjoyed or that stood out for you in some memorable way?
Oh, I enjoyed doing the investigation thing and going through all the notes and things. You got to remember we add those to the Roll20. I was looking for them elsewhere. It's like, oh no, wait, you add objects to Roll20 and then I can see them in Roll20. So that I have to get used to.
As a meta resource, I don't know, I think that's a horrible way to refer to it. As a resource for yourselves as well, the entire country does have access to that Google Doc where you're supposed to keep track of all the clues, which I know you've been keeping well up to date with absolutely every bit of essential information.
I've got to get on top of that one.
Kind of. I need to add more notes in it.
Noscavian! Half Nosferatu, half
Yes.
Malkavian. Noscavian!
Last week's session was it was pretty awesome. The part with Nitro was funny. I enjoyed that. I was really I think that's could have potentially been a masquerade breach, but I think we saved it a little bit. But who knows? Maybe someone saw it and we didn't realize. Who knows? He did leave him out in the alley there for a couple minutes. Yeah, that was funny. Let's see. I think my favorite part was probably when we did start doing the investigation and we kind of barged into that parking lot, like gave no fucks about the masquerade. And we got in there, and I really liked how Isaac was standing on the in the doorway, because when Ricky hit the button, it's like is Isaac still on the button? And I'm like, yep, I'm not even gonna try to die. This is happening. So yeah, Isaac fell. That was fun. The room, super interesting room. It was fun to investigate. I particularly like that. I mean, I feel like this is actually the Ripper, so we're like getting some real information about the Ripper. And what was his name? Exotl?
Ixion.
Yeah, Ixion. Ixion sounds really interesting. Isaac crushed that history roll, and Ixion is an actual figure from history, just like Mithras is an actual figure from history. No idea what Ixion's vampiric counterpart is, but I kind of imagine maybe there's either Ixion cult, or maybe Ixion's just like one single powerful Mithras level person who is after Mythos and family.
You might find out in this coming session, depending on what choices the players
Ooh.
make.
That sounds very interesting, and I think that's a very interesting thing that's going on. The no true investigating the diary stuff was pretty cool. I'm fairly confident the reason he fears Mythos's voice is because Mythos being Mythos is what? Wait,
Methuselah.
Is it meta to know his generation or?
That's fine.
He's a. Okay.
I mean, yes, it is. But...
I guess it doesn't matter for the show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mythos he's like 4th gen, right? I think 3rd. Okay, I was close.
3rd.
Yeah,
Oh wait,
Diablerie.
Mythos is an antediluvian?
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. He is 4th.
4th gen. Okay. Yeah, Mythos is 4th gen. So the level of dominate
4th through Diablerie.
Right, originally 5th, then 4th through Diablerie. Okay, but yeah, like the level of dominate he wields is and should be scary. So you should be afraid of his voice. Yeah.
Oh, that's what Isaac meant. Nope, that was what I was saying.
That's what Isaac meant.
We are nerds, Tina. Well, Miss
I agree,
Hearts
but I fought back. I flipped her off.
Miss Hearts is in that strange category where she's actually really cool, but also a nerd at the same time.
You only think that because you're a nerd too.
She's right,
Wait, I thought nerd and cool were synonyms.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's 21st century. Were you good now?
Rip geeks. So any particular highlight from the last session for you, Noscavian?
Honestly, I think the highlight was finding out the Whipper information. I mean, the stuff with the Scourge and the Constable showing up was cool, but I think my favorite part was the finding what I think is one of the Whipper's hideouts, and that he's potentially Ixiom, whoever that is.
Sweetheart.
That's probably my highlight.
Thank you, Vancouver by Night. By the way, I'm gonna use this opportunity to quickly pimp that Vancouver by Night is currently doing a werewolf game.
Oh.
That's the noise that werewolves make, Miss Hearts.
Oh no, it'd be oh.
I used to be a werewolf, but I'm all right now. Yeah, check that out because werewolf is it's set in the VTM universe. All World of Darkness games are meant to be set in the same universe, but werewolf has this very different take on it. They're as close as you get to good guys in many ways. As I understand it, they're fighting more for the preservation of the planet and things. It's also a more. I'm reluctant to say it, but it's not combat focused, but combat is a bit more catered for in Werewolf. And I'm sure you have all been watching Vancouver by Night's VTM streams, so you know that these are some high quality stories that Vancouver by Night hosts. So check out Werewolf. You are completely right, Vancouver by Night. There's no good guys in the World of Darkness, but what about mummies? Aren't they kind of good guys?
Except for the story, especially not the storytellers.
Feel called out. Tina?
No, because I'm a brown nose. I always think the storytellers are the best, the good guys, because they're the ones that fuck with everybody, and that makes the game fun.
Yeah, but that's not good.
No,
Good's
that's
not
good.
fun.
No, that's good. That's good. Like, I'm the guy that watches the horror movie that's like, God, somebody die horribly, please. And then the guy kills him, and I'm like, yay! He gave me content. Yeah,
Well,
so...
in Werewolf, you're going to get exactly that, but a lot bloodier. Good is a
Gothic
sliding
horror
scale
version
in the
of
world of darkness.
I've been listening to another podcast lately, and I just listened to a thing about the FBI Behavioral Science Unit, and they were talking about a specific serial killer considered the vampire.
Which one?
Do you
I
want me
just
to tell
finished
you?
my current podcast. Send that to me.
The one that killed a lady because she reported him for dating her minor daughter, so he went and killed her, and then decided to smear himself in blood and her daughter and have sex with her.
I don't know that one.
Okay, then.
I'll link you. Yeah, since you like serial killers, yeah, they ended up calling him the vampire because he drank people's blood too after he killed them.
Send me the
Yikes.
podcast.
Okay,
Drinking blood. Who would do that?
that's the one I was listening to at work, and I was half paying attention, and he said deep throat, and I was like, "What did I click on?" But immediately he started talking about Watergate, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that was the informant at Watergate. That was his code name, Deep Throat. Literally named after the
I
porn."
never made
Well
that
done,
connection
Storm.
until now.
I was very scared for a hot second at work. Like, what the fuck did I click on?
I feel like nowadays that that pseudonym would not be taken as
Mhm.
well.
The marvelously beautiful and elegant Miss Hart. How's that?
Oh, you're talking about me? Yeah. What?
Obviously.
You've called other people in this room elegant and beautiful. Now, Scalian
No.
many times.
That's not true. I've never ever referred to anyone else as elegant in this room.
Oh, really? Okay. I'm not keeping track.
I don't blame you.
That's why I have.
Thoughts, feelings. Last session. Share with us your feelings.
I was disappointed that my distraction technique didn't work for the camera. Although I was also kind of proud of thinking of a very Cedra way to resolve that as opposed to a what you're supposed to do way.
Last session there were vampires. He's right.
Yeah, there were a
And
couple.
some of them even drink blood.
That's true.
She's right.
During the stream.
Are they vampires or are they just
I think-
anemic?
Some of us drink blood. Some of us literally just force it the fuck out of you, very in a hurry. Oops,
There's
killed
a
you.
suck
I
joke
should
in there,
not
but
say the first thing I thought.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid any type of sexual innuendo in that, so it was very hard.
why? It's
Very
BTM. It's the whole thing could be done as like massive amounts
Yeah,
of
but it's
sexual
too
innuendo.
easy, and I'm trying. I'm a dad, so sometimes you just gotta lay off the dick jokes.
That's how you become
Well,
a dad, isn't it?
Boob jokes it is.
No, I have little
It is-
girls. I lay
I'm
off
glad
those
you got
too.
that off your chest.
It is possible to be embraced that way. Might be a little embarrassing.
Oh god, that actually is.
With
Honestly, I hate Fortnite.
when Amon killed him.
Oh yeah, that.
I don't think we're live, so
You gotta love Fortnite.
No, we're live.
We are now. We are now. So I
wait,
missed
maybe not.
absolutely everything Tina said.
well, somebody started talking about bloody penises, and it just made me think of Richard Chase again. So
Yeah, it's actually not coming back for me now.
Certain
F5.
VTM lore is just weird.
I
Oh,
just
there it
did.
goes. There it goes.
nailed it.
There it goes.
Fuck
I'm
Fortnite.
refreshing.
Seriously, fuck Fortnite.
With a bloody dick.
Fuck Fortnite.
Oh, I think Twatch is.
I don't know why. It
running
just seemed like that should be.
It'll
the song.
probably be a minute for everybody to see like a 30-second ad, which is annoying.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Kid invasion.
Hi, Groundhog.
Apparently, Tina is now
Hello.
required to look at a thing. Hi, Groundhog.
Now I've completely lost where we
Hi,
were.
hi.
Vancouver
Hartz,
by Night
where
is
were we?
asking about a certain variety of humor.
Dick jokes. Yes,
Yes.
because there's stiff
More jokes
competition out there
about
for dick jokes.
Richard Nixon.
I mean, if you want, if Xavier dies, I'll just straight up make Ron Jeremy a Nosferatu.
Oh no.
Oh my word!
I got a response from everybody. That was good. I'm proud of myself.
That was horrible.
Yay.
I don't know what would be worse. Rod Jeremy the
Thank you,
Nosferatu or
Storm.
Rod Jeremy the Toy? I
I'd
mean,
actually
both-
rather have him be a Nosferatu.
Yeah, I just figured the Nosferatu.
How many of us have Nosferatu backup characters at this point?
Mine's Malkavian.
Mine's Nosferatu.
Although I do have an idea for a Nosferatu character.
I'm thinking Ventura the Sombra.
Question.
Hmm.
If vampires get a boner, is it considered priapism?
What?
That's out of left field.
Well, nobody was going anywhere
Yeah.
with anything, so I was just like,
Vancouver by
Because
Night
mine
says
still have
Right.
dick jokes.
Ron Jeremy is a gangrel that is slowly turning into a hedgehog. Hedgehogs don't want him.
You don't insult hedgehogs that way.
I can't stand Ron Jeremy.
I'm not really a fan either.
Anyway.
different, I don't-
Anyway. Highlights from the last game, Ms. Hartz.
Oh, so like I was saying, I liked my trying to juggle and do magic tricks in front of the camera to distract things.
You got an XP point for the
Oh, no.
ingenious solution, even though it didn't work.
It was worth a try. Although, in general, I feel like that was the most Seadra thing I did that game. I felt off last game. Felt like I wasn't really in Seadra's mind last game.
Oh, I thought you did quite well with the Primogen. Okay.
But so, thoughts on the Ripper? Do you want me to hold this till later?
We'll go for that later.
Okay.
Welcome, Groundhog. Hopefully.
So, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. First of all,
Hope-
we're very sorry that you've been sleeping or haven't been sleeping very well lately. But you've been doing some late night streams of Open Morrowind. If anyone's interested,
Yep.
because Morrowind's a great game.
It's not,
Like
it's not
you're-
your
you're
fault
act-
for me not sleeping.
We still offer our sympathy.
is that like Morrowind or Morrowind in Skyrim?
That's Morrowind and Skyrim is Skywind, and I'm very against that. It's very odd. Open Morrowind is they created a brand new engine from scratch for
Ooh.
Morrowind.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's actually quite nice. It's not complete yet. They're still working on it, but it's getting closer and closer.
Oh, so is that just so it runs on a modern computer with a modern operating system?
Yes, that's exactly why.
So otherwise, I noticed it doesn't really look like overly modded Morrowind.
No, it's not supposed to. except mine is overly modded Morrowind. But
That's the point of the Elder Scrolls games, is to just you play the vanilla one once and then you're like, right, mod the shit out of this.
Yep.
I learned how to soulbind spell effects to my character in Morrowind, and I destroyed my game. I started buffing myself with all these spells, and one of the last things I buffed myself was basically spell immunity. Then I overwrit my file. I saved it. I'm like, I don't want to do all this again, so I saved it. Of course, I was a lot younger then. I didn't think to have multiple saves. Then I realized I gave myself so much speed that I moved from loading screen to loading screen, which made the game unplayable. And then I couldn't reload because I overwrit my saves. So I was like, okay, I will spellbind debuff effects to bring me back down. Nope, spell immune. Didn't work. Had 100% magic absorb.
It's beautiful.
Feels bad.
Skyrim elves
Thank
look
you,
like
Tina.
shitty Nosferatu. Change my mind.
Yeah, it's, at least you're not changing your like agility to or not agility, acrobatics to like a couple of thousand. That was always fun. That scroll of Icarian flight. You jump across the map and then kill yourself.
So Groundhog, whilst we still have the bandwidth, fucking Fortnite. Thoughts, highlights last game.
Why the hell did the party trust Xavier so much?
Why
You know
would
what?
we?
It's not. It's not trust, but
I want to know
But,
that
like-
question too, because did I command anybody to trust me? I was so confused on anything I did that said, "Hey, follow my direction." We pulled out to
it's not that.
and got back in the car.
Yeah, and then we just drove in, and it's like, why are we doing this?
But I didn't put him on and go drive, bitch. He drove himself. Like,
Why did we just like? I was about to say, not trust, follow his lead. It's like, no, we should have been a bit more cautious there, especially when we're outside Camarilla territory.
From my perspective, I thought it's a good reminder because Tavi, who's one of the... Is Tavi the most recent by like a week or so over you, Groundhog? She keeps bringing up the actual masquerade, which is great because it's not something that we bring too much to the forefront very often. I thought, yeah, you all need this reminder.
Yep.
Although it makes sense
I mean,
that
it
she
works.
would, because it's being drilled into her head, where the rest of us were just kind of used to it, and when you get complacent, that's when you slip up.
True. And you did.
I mean, in a way, I'm glad we did, because it adds to the story, and we're not always perfect, and we're not always looking out for everything.
Yep.
And then I got to juggle and
some of us do it.
That's
on
what I was
purpose.
going to say.
Yeah, we just had an exceptionally sloppy night.
Yep. Balo was amazing, as always.
I love Balo.
It's more like I feel like it's more impressive if you're really paying attention and you're like in the moment on the call with Balo, because it's just there is immediately reaction from Flint. It is pretty amazing. Probably aggravating if he was to play some sort of like engineer on a spaceship.
Having flashbacks. For those who are wondering the reference there, sorry, Groundhog, I'll quickly get the reference there. So, because if I explain it, it's funny. When we first started playing STA months and months and months ago, the original lineup for one of the ships that we don't stream, Flint Balo was the first officer who was playing a formerly assimilated human or something, and storytelling, GMing, whatever you want to call it, for Flint is a nightmare because you present him any information and he wants all the information on this. It doesn't matter. The example that actually happened was you scan this planet and you find sand, and he's like, what is the chemical composition of this sand? It's a silicate. What kind of silicate is going into this? It's like, it doesn't matter. And he's like, I know, I just want to know. Oh, fuck me.
That sounds awesome.
It's not, because you end up spending 3 days researching fucking sand.
The composition is silica 16.
And it's not relevant to anything. The relevant bit is sand. But he wants all the information, which is both wonderful and at the same time, I've spent 3 days researching fucking sand. I never want to think about fucking sand ever again in my fucking life.
Wouldn't that be very painful and abrasive on a lot of sensitive tissue?
It certainly hurt my brain. I don't even remember Vancouver by Night, what kind of sand it was that I made. But I knew I had to make up the details.
That out of his brain.
It mostly went from you found an organism that's living to, I think we came up with the race, the blood type, a name. By the time he was done asking questions, we had fully fleshed out a backstory. That's what happened.
Hawaii
God love
has
Flint.
really cool beaches.
This is the same crew. This is the same crew that during a training mission involving fighting a Borg ship, they spent 30 minutes deciding which ship seat they were in, which was both amazing and horrifying.
How did you resist the urge just to have the Borg show them why resistance is futile during that time?
Because it was their turn.
Their turn took 30 minutes.
I was going to say
that, and I loved
that
it.
That sounds a lot like 30 minutes of trying to figure out what radio station is playing.
The hilarious thing though is I wasn't involved in that thing because in STA I'm the pilot, so like I have a seat. So was everybody else this time. Yeah.
You remember when we first started playing and we first started streaming, and Shiver was like, "Role play more, just talk."
Yeah, but you regret that now, you bitch.
I always thought the Borg were the good guy.
I love the Borg.
They just want to make everybody the same.
I mean, if everyone assimilates, there would be no fighting. The universe would know peace.
So, thoughts, highlights, continuing, please, Groundhog. To the Borg.
No, I think Stan would get into all of their pieces and parts.
Oh god, the opening scene with Amon, I can remember that. That was a highlight. If only because when is my character actually gonna walk in? About nowish. Okay. And yeah, I really enjoyed the whole entire thing. It was really fun.
Now the moment I know someone's been having ants in their pants for this. Tina.
I don't have any ants in my pants. Because I don't know if you expect me to say what I'm gonna say. What question?
With you, I never know. It could be 30 minutes about the radio station.
Yeah, it's quite true. My favorite part about the game, The Anarch Bruja convinced the constable to leave them alone,
That was good.
and I rolled a 0.
Double zeros.
That's 3 times now. Xavier's died.
You basically did the Bruja equivalent of going up to the constable and saying, "Will you give me Huggy Wuggies, a woo?" And it worked.
Yeah. 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 While having the Toreador stand there and be like, "Nope, I got nothing." He's like, "What the fuck? Like, did we just talk about this?"
Oh, God damn it. Vancouver by night. Huggy Wuggies with sand?
With sand. Yeah. Xavier might have
Doesn't sound
sand in his vagina.
Oh, wait, Xavier is trans too?
So the
You walked into that one.
the Harry
F
thing.
you.
A lot of people were shocked at Xavier's response. I have a lot of stuff in Xavier's backstory and a lot of stuff actively happening that some of the people still don't know about yet. Actually, there's one thing that nobody knows about yet that I may bring up next session. I have been able to bring it up, I just haven't. You know, Shiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to
Give me
go
that,
through
you
the
know.
list of things that's going on with Xavier.
Yeah,
And like, oh, yeah, that one.
My backstory is so hard to do that we just fuck with my character, basically. But yeah,
You
so
respond so well to it.
I
And then
I
everyone
had
in kind responds to you responding to that. And I'm like,
yeah,
domino effect.
I had a contact that Shiver gave a personality to. And so we all fell in love with him. I'll say I even fell in love with Harry too. It was fun, you know. But for
I
my
will say part of the
character,
reason we fell in love with Harry is because Shiver ended up hating doing him. And that just made it more fun.
yeah, I think that does it too, because you're always you're like, no more Harry because you hate him. Ha 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 ha.
Wait, people liked Harry?
Yes,
Yeah.
but not Shiver.
So yeah, and many things have happened over the past couple weeks too that changed Xavier's feelings just overall. As somebody's Mr. Grumpy Pants hates vampires, blah blah blah. I'm using you for this, I'm using you for that. So yeah, it was quite interesting, and I think moving forward it's going to be quite interesting too. Maybe not. How people kind of look at Xavier and be like, what the fuck? I don't know. Maybe not. Like I said, there's other stuff that's going to come up too that you're going to be like, what the fuck? Ricky might be interested on the one thing, Shiver. I think Ricky might be the one person that's like, what the hell? And I'm going to be like, I don't know.
Oh, on what the hell on which? Like the Anarch stuff?
Nope. I haven't told you all what it is yet.
Vancouver by Night just said
Yeah.
the best way
Rick-
to
Rick-
make
Rick
you
does-
see that you don't
take
like
interest
playing, but the
in
players
things
like
in
is
general.
just having them explode. You can explain why and how much sand is used later.
But yeah,
Blood sorcery.
rip Harry. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I
Harry-
used the Seneschal plotline to correct a few mistakes that I made along the way when we were creating the game. Because when I was creating the game, we weren't as fluent with the rules as we are now. So, Nosferatu Primogen, he's gone. The Banu Hakim Primogen, he's gone. And, you know, nice little bow on top. Because you can't have Kindred as a contact. They have to be mortal, we found out. Harry's gone.
Possibly killed for the sake of
and
some
then-
horrible blood sorcery experiment.
And then the minor rule that a contact has to be mortal. So, you know, there was that. That helped push that along a lot quicker than not. So
You literally
Yeah,
messaged me a few
because-
days before with, like, you know, basically, can we kill Harry? Yes, we fucking can. Kill Harry? I'm so in for this. How?
I have to push. I think we just said this last Burning Questions where you were like, it's so hard to plan my backstory because of specific things going on that I'm like, I help. And tragic things are going to happen and have happened around Xavier, and they continually will, maybe, depending. So it just kind of adds depth to essentially, like, ultimately how alone Xavier really is. Like, he fucking hates the people he hangs around deep down, like at his core, himself, the people he hangs around, like our kind literally killed his child. So
Isaac will be his.
he might be able to use you later on, though. Maybe
You have to salt the
But-
earth, not sand it, like Carthage. I love that reference. Well done. I love you, Vancouver by night.
yeah, and then this fucking thing that Xavier has to do too. I got to figure out how the hell to approach that, and then either tell the coterie or not tell the coterie. Oh God.
Carthage, that's what happens when you put Buha in charge.
Bruh, come on. There
Brujar
was
and
so
Bali.
much more that happened there. That's also what happens when you put Ventrue in charge. Fuck you.
It's funny because according to vampire lore, Carthage was a vampire-controlled city. Buha
No.
controlled city.
Brujar and Bali, depending on the sources.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, is it?
Good question.
You ain't cool unless you ghoul your whole army. I'm just saying.
Gotta be a really fucking old vampire to do that too.
Well, yeah, this is
Ooh,
the stuff
so cool.
right before the first Anarch revolt.
Fuck's sake. Brujar, Bali, Sand. It was a bad time.
Well, it makes sense. The Banner of Akeem were there.
Of course, the War Sand was involved.
I'm
Bad
gonna,
time.
that's it. I have to now make a new NPC just called Sandy.
Oh no.
Nice.
Oh my
One of the
God, yes!
bartenders. That's a really good name for were they strippers?
Oh
Just
no
straight
no
up
no 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 no. Shiver.
They were escorts.
Can you make her a gangrel and have her turn into a golden retriever all the time?
Sandy.
Clever. Sandy Claus.
Sick.
That's another good one.
Oh.
Or you could have a ministry member whose name is Sandy and transforms into a Sandaboa.
Oh, like suddenly Elysium has like a club dog that just goes around looking for head pats,
No.
but is actually a
No.
gangrel who's listening in on everybody's. Okay, that'd been horrible. It's just like, everybody would
That's
figure
not
it.
me saying no. That's Cedra saying no.
No dogs.
Cedra does not like dogs. No. Me
Oh, and if
personally,
no-
I love dogs, but Cedra doesn't like dogs.
If nobody caught on, Xavier does not want to be anybody's fucking dad or caretaker. Like,
So you know what's going to happen, right?
yeah, but
Oh, no.
I know what's going to try to happen, and I have a feeling how bad that's going to turn out.
You say it's going to try to happen. You literally helped set it up with Lance.
Oh no.
No, not really. I never said I'm bringing her here, and I haven't told her to go there.
You laid the foundations if that's where she goes.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, that happened in that conversation. And then
I
Xavier
told
also
you-
brought up Lamia and then kind of suggested seeing Lamia was a bad idea. And Ricky's all like, well, if Xavier thinks somebody is a bad idea for her to meet, then they must be pretty bad.
He never told you who to go see, though.
No, well, no, he didn't. Yeah, he just said that he might take her to go see somebody.
I'm glad that you all took might as will and I play the character, and I take might as I'm
I
going to
saw what I was saying.
delay
So you
this
might
as
take
long as I can until I die.
Right.
Oh my god.
Ricky is not likely to bring it up on her own. Especially since she's kind of like after the whole thing with the Masquerade breaches, she's kind of like,
I think Vancouver by Night
Maybe I
has
should
just
do
won
that.
the sand game. As a meatsy
Yeah.
that carries around sand as the earth that they need for where they were embraced.
Ooh.
You win. You
yes, that is awesome.
win. Right. Storm asked, do Gangrel have to be canine? No. It's just a more favoured form among Gangrel is wolf, dog. But the animalism discipline allows them to be any smaller shaped animal. They could be a cat. It could be an owl. It could be a pigeon. Gangrel pigeon.
I had to look through like the new form changing rules in V5. It's like the low level of shape shifting power. You can, whatever form you take has to have the same volume and mass as your kindred body. So you can't change that. So if you end up like if you pick a cat, you're going to be a really big cat, which is part of why things like wolves are a pretty good pick because nobody's going to notice the slight size difference you might have as a wolf. You're going to be about this roughly the same size and mass.
There is a power that's, I think, higher up in discipline where you can
the higher up
change
one
mass.
allows you to change mass, and a lot of Gangrel like to pick like a small flying form. Because I mean, you could also pick a great big scary form instead, because it allows you to go for a mat. But the way I read them, you can pick one form per power.
Yeah.
So you end up with two. So a lot of Gangrel like to pick a small flight capable form for their second one, so that they can fly and get into things.
I mean, it was a little known fact that Michael Jackson only had up to level 4 in animalism, which is why he could only change into a black cat.
Protein, but yeah.
Oh, it's protein, sorry.
Yep.
And thank you for getting that reference, Miss Hartz. I knew someone would.
Isn't it obvious that I would get that reference?
Turtle, I don't see why there couldn't be Turtle.
It's still Michael
Gangrel.
Jackson. He's still 80s.
Okay.
Even if it was in the 90s, still 80s.
All right, I'll give you that. Just because I like Michael Jackson, too.
I don't know why you would want to. I'm sure there's some
Turtles are cool.
Setites that do like. I mean, it's like the Setites like to do
hard shell,
snakes.
go underwater. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Annie,
I wouldn't be surprised if there's like some Setites that do it. Or like some Setites. I'm sure there are Setites that turn into giant alligators.
Why are you referencing bad Eddie Murphy starring music videos that have lots of sand in them, Vancouver by Night? That's I remembered. Right.
We had a question from Fastcart.
Oh yes, Fastcart wanted to know the Scourge. Basically, why is
When
it?
someone becomes a Scourge, do they lose their individual will? That Scourge the other night seemed automatic.
No, they do not. But that Scourge is Banu Hakim, and Banu Hakim make an oath about something, and they take that oath very seriously, and that's how they practice, and that's the basis of their moral stance and of their justice.
Just ice.
Just ice.
And in the case of the Scourge of Oxford, rather than take any particular religious note, his oath was to uphold the will of the Camarilla and the traditions. So in his mind, because this is all meta information that would never come out because the fucker doesn't talk, is that he is the embodiment of Camarilla justice. His purpose for existing is to wipe out Anarchs and Caitiff and Thinbloods, and there's no point in anything else. That is literally his entire reason to exist over anything he does. It's going to be enforcing those traditions, those laws, and the will of the Ivory Tower. And he's got a very cool picture as well.
Yeah.
The picture inspired the backstory.
He said something about he was armored. Was he like
Yes,
wear
he's
plate
dressed as
armor?
a medieval knight with a
Medieval
St.
knight.
George Cross cape, because capes are cool.
Almost a crusader.
No capes.
I mean, that doesn't stand out in the middle of the night at all.
Doesn't matter
It
to him.
doesn't matter. It's a Scourge. Who's gonna fuck with him?
Yep.
He's also got, because of the way that I've set Oxford up, the treaty that exists with the Oxford Camarilla and the Oxford Anarchs is that the Scourge doesn't operate within the city limits. And the UK has this wonderful, weird infrastructure where it's basically, here is civilization. This is the line where civilization ends. Fields, trees, fields, trees, fields. So he can
I was
operate
wondering
there.
when you brought up the Oxford Treaty. What is the deal there?
It's never been fully brought up, but it's, enough has come out through games and been hinted at that the Anarchs, the more I think about it, it's like, wow. So Mithras had a total iron fist grip on UK. Then whatever happened to him happened, and he disappeared. And so pockets of Anarch resistance rose up. Like in America, when the Sabbat fucked off, pockets of Anarch resistance rose up, tried to fight the Camarilla over the former Sabbat territories, and that's how the Anarchs managed to get such a foothold in V5 now, because they've taken over chunks of territory. In the UK, in our game specifically, that happened in Oxford, and that's why there's like this fine line between this is Anarch territory and this is Camarilla territory. The Camarilla came to an agreement with the Anarchs of just fucking chill out and stop, and we'll stop the war with you. Yeah. Part of the agreement was Anarchs can operate within the city limits. Outside of the city limits, you're on your fucking own. The Camarilla have the philosophy that the Anarchs, they're just going to leave the Anarchs alone. They'll burn their own bridges eventually, because they're not as old, they're not as used to hiding, they're not as used to upholding the masquerade as the Camarilla are. The Camarilla just view it as, they're using technology and mobile phones. They're going to get found out by the Second Inquisition. The Second Inquisition don't know about the Camarilla because we are so obfuscated and integrated into society that they'll just think if they wipe out the Anarchs, they've done it.
So naive.
Works in some places, doesn't work in all places.
Also, wars with Anarchs tend to just be very bloody. Anarchs may lose more, but they're very bloody. And the Camarilla is just like, yeah, nah. Not right now. Hold on a second.
It comes down to a war between quality and quantity, and quantity will almost always win.
So, like, if Ricky were to go out of the city limits just on her own, not necessarily messing with anything, but just kind of drive out of the city limits,
she's fair game.
Nobody's
It doesn't
explained
guarantee she'll meet the Scourge.
if she does. I mean, she doesn't break the masquerade, he may just not show up.
Hey, nobody has explained this to you. We're going to continue not to. Because
PTSD.
That, and it's not something we think about. So until you're like, who is that guy? Which you weren't out there. You didn't see it.
Yeah.
None of us are going to think we should probably let Ricky know about that.
Kind of just noting the way the world works.
So there's a slew of stuff happening that nobody's told Ricky, and we're not going to, just because of specific, not because we're like, fuck that person. We're not going to tell him. It's just, it doesn't come up.
It's not something we would think about
when they happen. Right? So it's the same with Rhapsody, really. It's just like, oh, okay, this happened. So you're like, well, what the fuck is it? So we'll just explain it now because it's a topic of conversation. So
I was hoping Vancouver by Night was still here, because I would like to ask him a pronunciation question. Is it pronounced Alastas or Alisters? You're all looking at me as if I'm a nose hair in a Spanish omelette, but
I believe it's Alistair, right?
it's not. Alastair or Alistair?
I would say Alistair, but that's probably because I'm American.
Let's just call him Allies.
Alars. No. Right. Rhapsody. Groundhog. I'll get in the habit of calling you one or the other at some point. I'm so sorry. Name's not my thing. Given the last session and the revelations that were discovered, any thoughts on the Oxford Ripper?
I have no clue. Because the only information I have that is credible at this point is what we were told last session.
That's being addressed this week. Here's a clue. You're not going to be much more enlightened.
No, probably not. So, no, I have no clue.
Okay. Half Noscavian. No, half Nosferatu, half Mycavian, all Noscavian.
Which half do you want to ask, boss? Let's see.
Hey, boss.
I think the Whipper is this Ixiom guy. Who
That
the
talks to
Ixiom
himself.
guy is, I don't know.
It would fit. I mean, the voices in his head could be his own inner monologue.
I mean, he might be a Malkavian. That might be how Kalo knew what he was. But I don't know. I'm not feeling Malkavian, but shouldn't rule it out.
Was it Nomar Malkavian?
Yes.
Trying to find his identity? Yeah.
Still proud of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure really what he is. Definitely, I mean, with the blood that the doctors tasted, it's like kindred blood but different, and it's very old and powerful. So that leads me to believe maybe he's not completely kindred, but then what would he be?
But how did he break the blood bond, and what did that do to his blood?
That could have altered it. That's true.
If he had a blood bond.
If him.
If the Ripper is a he.
Could be a she. It could be, especially if it knows vicissitude, it could be anything.
It was Sasha Vikos all along.
Oh no.
Would fit.
Of course,
Well, some of it would fit.
if it knows some blood sorcery, it could even maybe use some blood sorcery to just change its blood composition or something weird. Especially if it's old enough and powerful enough to do plot things.
Oh yeah, there was the ward at the front for the place would have been a form of blood sorcery, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, he does know blood sorcery.
Maybe. Shivers doing this whole thing.
Yeah, it was. The exact wording was you recognize it kind of like blood sorcery, but it's not. The closest thing you could think of was there was influence of blood sorcery in it, certainly.
Ooh.
So not
It could be a
something-
really old form.
I had an idea, but it doesn't exist in V5, so I think that has to be scratched.
Go on.
I had the thought maybe he's a Koldunic sorcerer.
I heard a rumor that you're a that sorcerer.
I mean, they have.
Sorry, I've been watching Umbrella
magical-
Academy.
They have magic sorcery stuff. That's not blood sorcery. It's more like elemental sorcery. But they don't exist in V5 yet, so that kind of rules that out. Although that was a cool thought.
A fun fact, complete aside, well, semi-related. I can't remember if it was Fall of London or Chicago by Night mentions that Tokyo is Camarilla and has an old Clan Zamitzi prince.
Oh,
There's at least reference to them.
Hmm.
It'll be interesting when we start getting some more information about them.
The player's guide at some point should come out and have details on everything.
You know who tend to always hold a grudge against Venture?
Everyone.
Lasambra. Well, okay. Yes.
Okay, so
everyone.
that's an everyone that goes both ways.
Ventrue
Yeah.
ruined pretty much everything.
Who don't Lasambra have a grudge against?
This is meats. No.
Fair point. You
Drew
can't even
Bruja.
say that Lasambra. Do they even exist anymore?
No.
I guess maybe I don't know. I don't think Abyss Mysticism has any way to make woods. But maybe plot. I don't know.
I mean, it was a
Does
clue.
Thin
So...
Blood Alchemy have any words?
Oh. Don't worry, I guess. Cameo there.
I don't think Thin Blood Alchemy does have woods.
That looks like cold medicine.
Maybe if it gets me high. Tavi.
Thoughts on Ripper?
Hi. Yes.
Oh. I'm leaning towards with that last drop of info. Yeah, the former Mithrian cult member who at least might believe that they broke a blood bond of some kind. They had a book about breaking blood binding. That Isaac mentioned is forbidden. Maybe Ventrue because Cult of Mithras, maybe Malkavian because they're talking about voices, but then Isaac was mentioning the thing about Dominate is kind of like a voice in your head. And then just old Methuselah's break all the rules anyway.
I feel like I've just got +2 to my constitution.
Yeah, what did you just drink?
I don't know. It was like chalky medicine.
Well, that's interesting.
Were you supposed to drink the whole thing?
What did it say?
Why did you drink it without getting directions first?
Well, I mean, there's
assumed I
directions
know
on the
how-
bottle. You just have to be able to read Japanese.
Shiv, hold the bottle up to your camera again.
Are you going to try and Google Translate it? I think it's an energy drink.
It says ESCAP, ESCAP, whatever
Oh,
that
right.
means.
Well, that's cleared that up.
Oh wait,
But
it just
yeah.
changed. I don't know. I don't.
25% cocaine.
I'm wondering if like the so there's like a single chair in there and a lot of dried blood and a book about breaking blood binds. Was the dried blood there because someone was killed down there or because somebody as some part of some bizarre ritual for breaking a blood bond actually like exsanguinated themselves and then would have needed to, rejuvenate afterwards to like get the
but
blood.
then, how would you explain the broken sun mask being present?
I was wondering if like that was the part of the breaking the bind they were so it's like either they were a former Mithrian cult member and that was their mask and they shattered it as part of their thing, or they killed a Mithrian cult member down there and did something with the remains and left the shattered mask.
Just a thought. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And well, I mean, I think that's kind of as far as I got. This like either that was like the place where they if there's a thing going on there about breaking a blood bond because there was part of a book. Well, maybe they have the rest of the book and just that one page got torn out over the course of that, and they did like a thing down there. But then again, okay, so why do they need like this locked up storage unit? Yeah, it does almost seem like a place you'd keep a prisoner. Because it's this hidden storage unit out there, that brain. Yeah, it's a hidden storage unit. It had a ward protecting it. It had a hidden button. So you've got the mundane protections of just the locks, which I mean any kindred can break that. Then at one point you had the ward, which then faded. But so if it was faded, then it was strong enough to ward something off to begin with. And then you had a hidden button. And then you have, this, underground cell. So it could have been a private place. It does kind of read like a prison cell of some kind. But there's no remains or anything to go by other than there's a lot of dried blood, but the dried blood is from long enough ago that I remember Cedra couldn't that would literally just be if it was over a night old, it would be dried and too old to taste test.
Correct. I mean, the thing is, it doesn't take that long for blood to lose its potency to the kindred. It can happen literally overnight, if not sooner.
But the ward wearing off, that seemed to suggest that site hadn't been used in some time. It, like the ward being there, like the ward, that was a pretty intentional defense mechanism. But when we got there, we didn't have to do anything to it.
Now, I think it was raised during the game, in fact. Now, you said it was most definitely a defense mechanism, but was it designed to keep something out or something in?
Or keep something in, which we've got no idea. So, yeah.
I guess.
Were they hiding from the cult of Mithras, or were they keeping somebody prisoner down there?
So, just a thought. But if I was old enough that I had to feed off of vampires, it might be advantageous to keep a vampire locked up and slowly drain them so I can feed off of them for a couple nights. And or potentially bring them humans, so secure them and lock them up so they can't escape. Get them low enough that they're extremely hungry. Feed them humans to give them sustenance, and then drain out their vitae.
Wait a minute. Is that the kind of thing that a ghoul that no longer is getting vitae from their master might do? Because ghouls need specifically vampire vitae.
If a ghoul was strong enough strong enough or clever enough to take a vampire and hold them hostage against their will, sure, a ghoul could definitely.
Certainly happens. There are hunters that do that.
Would that alter a ghoul's blood?
Potentially, if they were ingesting enough vitae for long enough. There is a legend that Kane's ghoul is still alive and somehow has this inordinate amount of Kane's blood stored that he keeps living off to the present day. And he is incredibly powerful. And he's just a ghoul. But that's also just legend. And I don't think that's ever actually been explored in any way other than just, passing mentions.
Who knows? Maybe Kane's ghoul knows what Kane is, so he just has him hooked up to like an IV system. Human blood, vampire blood in, Kane blood out.
It's just this strange yellow taxi that keeps appearing outside this weird building every so often.
Every now and then you call a Vuber, and you never get to your destination.
The Ravishing Miss Hearts.
So what I've been thinking, partially because Cedra is now a Cult of Mithras member, is Cedra's big deal on whether or not to join was whether she would be asked to do something that goes against her values. So I'm wondering if there is a previous, very old Cult of Mithras member who was asked to do something they don't agree with. So they were looking to sever the blood bond. Well, every Mithras member has a little bit of Mithras's blood in them now. So, and it's also the Cult of Mithras members that are getting killed and exsanguinated, right? So, are they trying to
Presumably.
harvest? Are they trying to harvest Mithras's blood in a way to perhaps undo the blood bond?
What if they're doing pretty much the exact same thing you said, but not to break the blood bond, but to resurrect Mithras?
I would have to reread the notes. They seemed pretty anti-Mithras.
They also wrote down their thoughts on a piece of paper saying that they can hear the voices, but
Said I'd have to reread the notes. I can't remember exactly what they were.
okay. Okay. Tina! The tricky Tina.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Oh! The titillating Tina.
Horrible.
I thought
good
we were going to
one.
go something like Tessie.
I have no fucking clue.
Oh, that's good too.
Oh. After all that. Really? Okay. Not nothing?
I have-
Nothing.
I no, not a fucking clue. But partially because I don't spend my off time thinking about that. Like
Why the fuck
I
not?
haven't been.
Yeah, that was going to be my question, actually. Does Xavier care, or is this just something he's been tasked to do and brought up into?
So Xavier's like, you guys will figure it out. I'll help you when it comes out, right? So like, I'm there to help you guys, but fuck me, the talking and the figuring it out, like, oh my god, you know. So
I just can't. Like,
Can I not
whatever.
shoot something already?
Yeah, we just haven't had something concrete in so fucking long. And then twice now, we followed up on leads and it ended up not being the Ripper. So, like,
I think it's fair to tell you as well that, oh yeah, that was most definitely Ripper-related stuff this past session. Most definitely.
yeah, I think you told us that before. I just know when Xavier goes home, don't correct me. He's not going home and being like, you know, okay, I'm going to join this cult. Like, the Ripper's obviously killing the cult. Like, you know, he's not really brainstorming over that. He's not a brainy guy. He's not reading into books. So he's not like Isaac trying to figure stuff out. And then he's not new and super inquisitive to all this crazy shit going on. So he's just like Ricky. So he goes home and he specifically has a room in his haven for tracking down his sire. Like, completely different world when he goes there. So, yeah, I have no clue because I haven't tried to think about it.
Storm, first of all, don't worry. Relax. We're not going to judge you. Apart from Tavi, who is the most judgmental. But no, I'm joking. She is not. She's wonderful. Wasn't the
Sure.
worship of myth? That's a new thing.
I've been able to do that for a while.
Wasn't the worship of Mithras the basis of the worship of Yahweh, not meant as an offence? And I haven't got all the game facts of VTM straight in my head yet. Please forgive me and ignore me if I'm confused wrong. Okay, first of all, don't worry about being confused or wrong.
That's why we have this show.
Yeah, we're certainly not going to take offence at anything, you know. We've got Tina here, so we're not going to be offended easily. But yes,
I'm here to keep everybody in check.
Certainly in real life, yes, absolutely, that's what happened. Christianity, I can say that in this country because no one gives a shit about Christians here. Christianity was this weird bastard amalgamation of whatever religion was popular at the time, and they're like, this will fucking take off if we take all these different things and just go like, there you go. That's why December 25th is Christmas Day. It was even known at the time that wasn't the actual birth date of Jesus Christ. It's just that was a very well-known date at the time for a religious holiday. So they were like, well, this will make it easier to do the transition over to Christianity if we just have the same holiday dates. So you're absolutely right. But as far as VTM goes, yeah, I don't blame you for not being able to get it straight in your head, because the lore itself is designed in this absolutely horrible, convoluted way, deliberately, so that they can have a plot in a certain book or storyline that fits with that, and then have a completely different plot or storyline that's completely unrelated in another storyline, and it's all meant to be written off with, well, this happened thousands of years ago. No one's exactly sure, which is why there's at least 3 different versions of the Book of Nod, which is meant to be the same text, but very different interpretations depending on who translated it, what the source was, and all this sort of thing. Because there's the one above Noscavian's head, which is generally in universe considered to be the definitive Book of Nod, which is a wonderful read, by the way. Then there's the why do I do this to myself? The Ursi, a place in Turkey that I cannot pronounce. Thank you.
Constantinople.
Why it changed, I can't say, but that's nobody's business but the Turks.
Nobody's business but the Turks.
The Ursias fragments, which is meant to be the Book of Nod written by Cain, whereas the Book of Nod that Noscavian is beautifully modelling was not directly written by Cain. And then what was the third one? What was the third interpretation, Noscavian?
I'm not sure.
Maybe it was just a 2 then. Oh no, I'm thinking of the Book of Revelations.
The Revelations of Lilith.
That's it. Thank you. Which is a different take on the same story in the Book of Nod, but from Lilith's point
We
of view.
should really investigate the Lilith thing.
Have that. I need to talk to you after Burning Questions, Miss Hartz.
I'm not available after Burning Questions.
No, of
Yeah,
course
she's
you're
got
not.
this.
Just send me. Just send me the quick answer of, have you spoken to that person yet?
I have not, but
Okay.
let me start that.
There's no rush on that. Not really, but yeah. Yes, Storm. It is a convoluted nightmare, but also very fun. The lore of World of Darkness is great. How it takes
It's almost
different things.
like the creators of VTM was like, oh, we need a really ridiculous religion cult thing that is so intertwined and has so many different variations of books on it. Oh, look, we have one. We'll just modify it after that.
The origin
You have your book with more chapters. Like we got this.
The origin
Dead
of
Sea
Christianity in World of Darkness is actually quite fascinating, because it was deliberately made by God in World of Darkness to counter Satan worshipping. Is the quickest and dirtiest way I can explain it. And it was literally custom designed to counter the worship of Satan, because Satan actually wasn't evil exactly in World of Darkness. he loved God's creations and the things that God made so much that he wanted us humans to advance more, and he thought that was the best way to do it was by giving us knowledge. And God was like, "No, you fucking don't." Because Satan in World of Darkness is still living, walking among people in World of Darkness to these very modern nights, but is no longer as powerful a demon as he once was. And they were all. That's when we get into pre-history World of Darkness, which is Jesus Christ. Ha! No, that's post-history. But there is the World of Darkness lore is phenomenally complex, convoluted, and long, and interesting how it intertwines. And the lore with vampires is quite a modern, in comparison, thing. There was the and even VTM ties directly into the war between angels, devils, demons, and people, because until they were at war. And murder hadn't been invented yet. So there was this weird wars where no one was actually being killed until Cain killed Abel and invented murder. And then they were like, "Oh shit, we can do that." Oh.
What? You can do that?
So basically, Shiva, what you're saying is VTM is like an actual religion.
There are certainly people out there who believe that.
I'm not drinking the Flavor Aid.
Yeah. Shorter TLDR Storm. The characters like Mithras in the World of Darkness are inspired by mythology and history from our world, but the Mithras in World of Darkness is not the same as the Mithras from the mythology. That if you really want, I can show you where to find the mythology of Mithras, because I do know where to find those texts.
This is why I'm one of the many reasons I'm so glad that you are here with us now, Tavi. You just say these things so much better than me.
So
sorry.
Yeah. I was just gonna say so in like World of Darkness, there's characters like everybody knows who Odin in mythology is, but in World of Darkness, Odin, instead of being an actual god, is a gangrel Methuselah who convinced people he was a god, and he's got a whole cult thing going on. And then the Valkyries are also like this group of gangrel kindred that are trying to act out the will of Odin, but that's all within World of Darkness. So like World of Darkness characters from real world history and mythology from our world take on entirely different roles in, say, like kindred society with the vampires, or among the awakened in Mage the Ascension, or like there's a werewolf tribe called the Git of Fenris, which is a reference to Fenrir from Norse mythology as well. And yeah, so World of Darkness takes inspiration from real world historical and mythological characters and has its own different version of them.
She's right, and says it much more
Kind
succinctly
of like
than
Harry
I
Potter. But let's try.
And like a lot of video games, Final Fantasy does it, Shin Megami Tensei does it a lot.
And for the record, Storm or anyone else, you're always welcome to come and guest on an episode or two. It's always just let us know somehow. We have fun, I think. I hope.
Yep.
There we go. There's someone affirming it. Any questions? Anyone? No? Any announcements? Anyone?
What do you mean by announcements?
Things that you want to announce?
You already announced my thing when I came in.
Well, I guess I have 2.
Yes.
I will be on Yacht Club right after this. Like at 9 o'clock, so right after this.
But it's 10 past 10 now.
No, it's not. So,
It's 1 p.m.
Also,
9
9
o'clock
o'clock
time
Eastern or
zone.
Central, Miss Hearts.
in 43 minutes, I will be on Yacht Club.
So 10 Eastern, 9 Central.
Yes. In 43
That sounds
minutes,
great.
I will be on Yacht Club. So, I mean, if anyone wants to check that out,
Is that
And-
twitch.tv/yacht club?
I think it's just Yacht Club, or is it Yacht Club SC? I don't know this stuff.
I'll let Miss Hearts put it in chat because I have no idea.
Fucking hell, it really is that tough there, isn't it? Jesus. I'd
What do you
still be
mean?
awake.
Yeah, you
Storm
would
is
still
in
be
the UK.
awake.
It's Yacht Club SC. Here, I'll post it in chat.
Hmm.
Yeah, when I lived in the UK, my sleeping hours were something like 4 a.m. go to bed, wake up at 10
Yeah.
or 11 a.m. And the best bit
He
about
was
that was when I moved here to
almost
Japan,
coast.
didn't have to adjust.
No. Yeah.
So, questions. Why should we be terrified of next week's episode? Other
Because
than we
Shiver says that every week.
You announce your second thing. I'll keep going over what's happening this week in my head.
Oh, so can I promote my business?
Yes, of course. You don't need to ask.
So the other thing I have been doing way too much time on is I have started my own business. So if anyone needs any graphic design or promotional products, Gibo Promo can help. Which I also posted that link in chat.
And you've done
Bookmarked.
a few of the overlays for us.
Yes, I've done overlays for Table of Horrors. If you ever watched, anyone here is from Star Citizen. If you ever watched Bear of Red's old stream, I did all of his overlays. I've done lots of people's overlays.
Didn't you do a bunch of stuff for the Astropub at one point?
Yes, I've done emotes and some graphics for Paul Shelley. Done lots of things. You've probably, if you watch a lot of Star Citizen streamers, you've probably seen something I've done. I've designed some t-shirts.
Nice.
What T-shirt was that? Was it the "If Harry dies, we will riot"? What?
I did. No, actually, I didn't design that one. Nitro
did.
designed that one. Yep, Nitro designed that one.
Okay.
But
Because
you can still
Nitro's an
take credit
up-and-coming
for it.
graphic No, I can't.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's.
I
all
designed
right.
Fast Cards business cards. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah. My God, when did I write all this? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was thinking of everything everybody wanted to do next session. None of it sounded scary at all. It's a lot of meetings.
Yeah, there's a fair few meetings.
That's a little too close to real life.
I
I'm
mean,
not sure.
I know a reason why Tabby should be scared.
Yeah, I threw something at Shiver just for the hell of it that I'm sure Shiver is going to take and to turn into something terrible. But I kind of knew that when I suggested it.
I mean, that's what I was going to bring up. I don't think scary is the right word. More dramatic, and something I might have to apologize to you for in advance.
I did specifically tell you to put Ricky kind of on the spot in some kind of a situation for fun.
Yeah.
You also
Yeah.
said to do that with Rhapsody at one point. Too.
Oh yeah. We've got the thing that Isaac's already forgotten, I bet.
Yeah.
Talk to Pandora about
Hey,
Hakata thing.
he would have forgotten if you didn't say anything, though.
What's the Hakata thing again?
Thank you for reminding me, Shiv.
About the
Like
the haunted
Groundhog
house
said,
thing.
what's a Hakata thing? Don't
The
give him a hand,
haunted
Tina.
house becoming a Hakata like Elysium.
Excellent.
Because who doesn't want to go to a haunted house?
Wax Museum.
We put souls in the wax, literally.
Oh no.
They look so lifelike. It's like they're staring at me.
I remember now. Yeah, drama. Drama afoot this week. Lots of drama.
Oh dear.
We gotta figure out a way to resurrect Harry.
No.
We're
So-
not resurrecting Harry.
Thank God there's someone with a voice
I
of
was
reason
just
here.
Didn't
anyone-
he have like a couple dead bodies that he really liked in the back of a restaurant or something?
Oh, wait, somebody
Shoot
has to
for it.
clean that
You're gonna shoot
up.
for it?
Harry is just no. He
Nosferatu
died.
Nosferatu, it'll get
Work.
cleaned
He
up.
was
Somebody
naked.
has to clean up Harry. Like Harry's Haven is probably in one of the Nosferatu areas in the sewers, and somebody's got to clean that, or not.
They're used to it.
I suppose they could just brick it up.
I'm talking about clean. Somebody probably fucking moved in.
a member of the
That's-
coterie PM'd me after the session and said, I'm going to miss Harry, but we're going to need someone else like him in the stream as comic relief. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
We are.
And
We
so
have
I've
the
read it. Yeah. So I'm just, well, yeah.
Oh, the chef is good.
I like the chef,
With Balo from time to time.
but
We
We have comedy relief.
I can continue to pick up Valley Girls. I just need
You
to be
all-
hungrier.
You all,
Oh my
this
God.
is hilarious. You all hadn't seen Harry in 2 weeks and didn't even think about it.
I mean, yeah, that's what I was getting at. Was like
longer, actually. It might have
It's
been
been
longer.
longer.
no, it was longer than that. Harry hadn't really been around since I joined. My character didn't know
No,
who
Harry hasn't
Harry
been around
was,
then he dies.
and it was like he was naked. He was dead. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, no one ever asked, what's Harry wearing? And so it's like, so he's going to be naked. No one ever asked. He's always been naked.
So
You just thought he was
we've
wearing really
learned
creased
an
clothing.
important lesson here. Maybe we should ask Shiver what characters are wearing.
I'm
Or-
not doing that.
Regret it.
No, don't be. We
Pinstripe
just went over this
suits
beginning of the
everywhere.
stream.
I think mostly when those characters are Nosferatu.
We're gonna
With bowler
start
hats, and they're
backstory for
all
everybody.
looking like children.
Or
Storm,
maybe when they're Moth Baby too.
That's the dampier.
and anyone else, if you're interested in joining up for a guest
Yes.
appearance or two, you can either let me know. Storm, you can let us know through either Groundhog or Tabby. It's fine. We have Discord down there. You can email us. The address is there. You can Twitter us and other various things. You can even just don't PM me on Twitch because I don't think I ever see them.
Yeah. I see him like 2 weeks later.
No, but
So-
we do have a Discord. And if you join our Discord, you will be in a same Discord as Shiver, and you can just PM because Discord works that way.
And if you
Or
don't
you
want
can
to
post
join
in our
the,
Discord.
and if you don't want to join the Discord because socializing sucks, just let us know through Tabby or any other connections you have. Lots of ways to get in touch with us. So, is no one else got any announcements? Because I've got some ish, one big. I don't know. I've got something. All right. So, in the effort of helping others, because the community has been so helpful to us, Aurora Sanguine has got various things going. Don't you give me that look. Has got various things going on. She has created with her own group her own RPG called Arcana Familia, which is incredibly involved and got a very unique system. You don't need dice to play it. It's a little bit cyberpunk. It's a little bit dystopian. We're going to be giving that a playthrough at some point in the
Science
near
or
future.
magic.
Yeah, we're going to be giving that a playthrough sometime in the future, as maybe like a one shot or something. At the
gotta read
moment,
it.
we've got two people who might potentially be GMing it, and we're going to have a topless mud fight to the death over that.
Oh, I wonder who those two people are.
So Fast Cart Nitro offered to DM the game? That's incredible.
You can pick up Arcana Familiar
I
for around about $10 on DriveThruRPG. There's the linky. If you want to as well, please follow Aurora Sanguine on her Twitter, which is there. You can also, and this is a good one. I helped her out with her revamping her Patreon and what she's offering. So for $5 a month, $5 a month, you can give to her Patreon, and she will help you create a certain element of a game for you. A particular NPC. She'll make give her the rough idea you've got for an NPC. She'll make it. Mysterious building with a history. She'll make it for you. A rough idea of how and what you want. She'll make it for you. As long as she's familiar with the game setting itself, she's willing to sit there and put in her full creative talent for it, and she is extremely talented. So please check out Aurora Sanguine. She's wonderful, ever so kind. Any last moment thoughts, questions, feelings?
That other thing you were talking about, that's still being fielded out?
Yeah, nothing about that yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got to work out.
Because Shiver literally forgot the other thing we had planned within a span of 12 hours. So yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I have spent at least 7 hours on Roll20 these past 2 days figuring out macros.
It's fine.
I'm used to being an executive assistant. I got you, boo.
That's why I just refer to it as that other thing.
Now I'm gonna say ooh ah.
Talking of those macros, I am talking with the Pendragon crew about getting the date set for August's Star Trek game. None of you people were in the last one that we didn't stream, which is a shame.
Nope.
But yeah, that's coming again soon. I've got ideas for that, and then I sit there and I think, where did these fucking come from? Coming Friday. In the Western Hemisphere's time zone. Here's next episode of London's Burning. They're going here, there, everywhere, talking to people, hopefully getting some answers. You never know. And drama afoot. I'm so sorry, Tavi.
Oh no.
You asked, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, I said, oh, the heck with it. Because we were talking about social conflicts. Put Ricky in a social conflict. I have no idea what this is going to be, other than I told Shiver, hey, put Ricky in a social conflict.
And I was
She's
just
going
sat
to
there
have to
staring
talk
at
her
the
way out of
screen.
the Scourge killing her.
Yeah, I kind of expect that Ricky is going to have to talk her way out of Elysium and to stay alive. Shiver's
I'll
going,
go home, sure. then if it's anything
I'm
less,
just
you're
going
like,
by how evil Shiver is.
I was just sat at the PC and I was like, oh yeah, Tavi wanted that social conflict. Oh fuck, I've got the perfect person. Oh fuck.
Oh no.
And if the coterie chooses, they can get some answers on Ixiom if they go to the right person and ask the right questions.
Dun,
And
dun,
drama.
dun.
Drama. Good drama. Oh yeah. Oh, and stupid accent.
You didn't have a stupid accent.
they're never stupid.
No.
I can't look at you while I'm doing them. Thank you all for coming. And hopefully we will see you for London's Burning Friday, 23:30 UTC.
We should raid someone.
Is there someone on?
I posted a stream in Discord.
I can't. A bit. Let me see.
Oh, well, I can't do the raid either, but Stream of Blood.
Lovely.
It's the Vampires of Pittsburgh. They're not every week either. They're kind of random, but Ashley
Got it.
Birch is on it. Which, if you don't
Okay.
know Ashley Birch, she plays Tiny Tina in Borderlands.
Oh wait, she's the actual Tiny Tina.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
the actual Tiny
I
And all
love
the- all the
Tiny
Borderlands.
Tina.
And she
She's
used to
my
do like
favorite.
sketch
That's
comedy with her brother. Hey Ash, what
Yep.
you doing? She's
Yep.
so funny.
Well, not us. Twitch is being twitchy with us. It just says, nope, can't do that.
Weird.
Let me try and refresh.
They don't even have an affiliate set up yet.
Something went wrong. Can't do it.
Nope.
I
Can you
hate
do
that.
exclamation
Something went
raid?
wrong.
That's shit. Let me just quickly check. Nope. Well,
Nitro,
Shit.
are you here?
You want to just do a /host if it's not going to let you do the raid?
Yeah, we could. You could do /raid too.
I thought they disabled /raid.
No, /raid is the way I always do it.
Oh. Come back all I said.
And then the username at the end of the URL.
I hate chat commands. No. Oh, fuck's sake. I hate you and everything you've got going on. Oh, there we go. Someone did it.
Nope.
No.
No, the channel that you're trying to raid has raid permissions turned off.
Well,
Then
that
just do a
explains it.
/host then.
Yeah, just host them.
That's a really odd one to have turned off.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all for coming. We'll see you, Spoon.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good night.